August 15th, during lunch, I heard our behavioral teacher call on the radio to administrators for assistance. When I arrived, the teacher and students were outside the classroom. One student was holding his head, having been assaulted by the student remaining in the classroom. I entered where the student was still irate and found the room ransacked with overturned furniture. I knew I had to be as calm as possible, and I spoke lowly and slowly so as not to enrage him any further. He picked up a chair and acted as if he would throw it. He finally did throw it at me, but I caught it midair. He picked up another chair to throw at me when another assistant principal entered the room. I used the first chair to block the second. He picked up a third and threw it at the other assistant principal, and I used that initial chair to block the one that he threw at her. After blocking the chair thrown at the other assistant principal, he threw a wooden hanger at me, but I couldn't stop it fast enough. The hanger hit me in my right eye and knocked it out of the socket. I grabbed my face while blood was pouring out of my head and stumbled out of the classroom door. The nurse and 911 were called. I asked for my cell phone to call my husband to come get me, not realizing the extent of the damage. When paramedics arrived, they determined I would need to be airlifted to Parkland Medical Center in Dallas. I underwent surgery as soon as possible, and doctors were able to reinsert my eye. However, they determined I had been blinded and currently believe that my damage is permanent. I will have to have an additional surgery to repair my eyelid because doctors are believing, I'm so sorry. I underwent surgery as soon as possible, and doctors were able to reinsert my eye. However, they determined that I've been blinded, and they currently believe that my damage is permanent. I will have to have an additional surgery to repair my eyelid, and because doctors are believing my blindness to be permanent, removing my eye may have to be an option.
That's rough. That's rough. Now this sister, now she goes in there. This young brother then already beat up a student. He's throwing chairs at her. Then he throws a hanger and knocks her eye out of the socket. And she's blind in her eye now, and eventually they may have to just take the eye out the socket. And this is a young boy, young man that is behaving like this at school, and he did this to this sister who did not deserve it. You understand? I gotta say that, did not deserve it. But this is the nature of our people when we don't have what the Bible gives us. When we have Christianity. Now, this is an emotional young man that I can guarantee you his father is not in the house. I can guarantee you that. And he can't be controlled. He threw a chair at the sister, threw a second chair at the sister, then picked up a hanger and threw it. I don't know what kind of hanger that was, but it had to have some weight on it to be able to take this sister's eye out of the socket. And as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, man, we have to take control of how we raise our children. You have to take control of what you teach and what you allow in your house so that your son or daughter don't go out there and maim somebody, go out there and kill somebody, or goes out in the world and gets killed themselves. A lot of times I think of the things I see on social media with just people in the world and people that I've been friends with when I was in the world that I'm still friends with on like Facebook and stuff. And I see the pictures they post about their sons and their daughters and all of that. And I say, what would it be a shame for you to just be raising a seed, a son or a daughter that's going to get out there in the world and hurt someone? Or get out there in the world and make the wrong decision and lose their life. You understand? Without this truth, we don't have, I don't have any assurance of my loved one's life, of my children's life, or my life, of how we, raise our children. It's horrible to lose your to lose your sight because of somebody else's child. And I say this because many times we take the mindset that, okay, that's not my kid. I'm not worried about it because it's not my child. Well, you should worry about it. You should care about it. You should care about how somebody else is raising a child, because eventually that child will be the child that put their hands on your child for nothing. Or that child will be the child that throws a hanger and knocks your eye out for nothing. But it could have been corrected a long time ago. Give me train up a child in the way they should go. I seen this video and I couldn't believe it. And I really feel for the sister. How she said she thought about it before she went in there. She spoke in the calmest way she could have spoken. And that still happened to her. Many of you brothers and sisters are raising monsters in your house. You're raising wild beasts in your home that's going to go out in the world and lose their life for foolishness in the way, because you didn't do the job you were supposed to do. But I can't blame you. You know why? Because you grew up in the Christian church. You grew up in a place that says you can be how you want, think how you want, live how you want. And when you're in trouble, now you can call out on the name of sweet Jesus.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Mm-hmm.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
You train up a child in the way he should go. Listen, that's the only thing you can do. Is it true? Let's just say, is the truth going to be 100%? Would you instill in the values of the truth, the law, statute, commandments in your children, and they grow up and they do that? No, it's not 100%. But they got a very good chance of not doing anything foolish. They got a very good chance of doing the right thing every time. It's not 100%, but they got a 99% chance of doing the right thing every time. Why I'm saying it's not 100%? Well, because in the law, it tells you about if you have a wicked son, what to do with your wicked son. They're still doing this even when they're being corrected. They won't listen to their father. They won't listen to their mother. They won't listen to the elders. Guess what? Judgment. Now, this sister has to live the rest of her life without an eye because somebody did not raise their child the right way. Somebody, I guarantee you that boy been in the Christian church. I guarantee you two things. He's been in the Christian church and he doesn't have a father. And this is an equal thing. He didn't have a father, so it doesn't just fall on a woman, it falls on the father too. Now, I don't know the circumstance. I don't know if his father has passed away, if his father is locked up, but this where black men come in. This is where men come in and be a father unto a youth that don't have a father. Be a mentor to these brothers and these young brothers out there. Be an example to them. You know what I mean? That sounds like he has major anger issues.
Right.
Major anger issues where you're not suffice. You're not, your thirst ain't quenched after you done threw the first chair. Then you pick up another chair and throw another chair. That didn't work. Then you pick up a hanger and throw it at the sister's face and knock her eye out. How do you feel now? Do you feel good? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like it's sad? It's sad.
When nowadays I work hard on the job, till I come cross y'all, still like I'm a criminal. Crime and get caught, it could be your first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting the minimum. It go dip, squat, 5-mile run, push, pull, sit on, goddamn, that's strong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long before they grown, I can't leave them on their own. They killed Daddy like he had a 30-day case. The news covering up the story for what they say. It took me back